ever heard any of those things before? Maybe a lot of them? I'll tell you this, the way you handle it and your reaction to them can either be the most crippling thing that you've ever heard, or it can be the most motivating. Today I want to talk to you guys about how I handle situations like this and how I've handled them my entire life. And it starts with actually setting the stage with a comment that I got in a video that I did last week. I'm going to read that to you here. We'll leave the person's name out of it because as you'll see quickly, they become pretty irrelevant. The comment itself said this: "I'm not trolling or full of shit. I was a natty guy that's been a PT for over 10 years now. I go hard 6 days per week and I eat clean with good genetics. I look nothing like Jeff. He's on steroids. I started taking TRT and now I look like him. He's selling a program and takes steroids to make his body his selling point. Real people can," and this is in capital letters, "never, ever, never, ever look like him. I do have some good news though. See your doctor and get a full blood panel. If you're over 30 like me and have lower than average T levels, a good doctor will start you on a TRT program for about $200 per month. Then I promise you'll look like Jeff in no time." That right there, guys, that pisses me off. And not for the reasons that you might think it would. You see, being accused of being on steroids to a guy that is natural is probably the greatest compliment that you can ever receive in your life. As late as college, guys, I was self-conscious enough to actually pick times during the day that I would know that I would avoid the most people in the gym. I'd be training at the weirdest hours in the day just so I wouldn't have to see people there and feel self-conscious, or more self-conscious than I did about how skinny I was or about how weak I might be. But you see, I didn't give up. I never stopped trying. I had guys that I tried to mirror myself after. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. Stallone, ravishing Rick Rude, for guys out there that used to watch wrestling, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, they were clearly way the hell bigger than I was. But you know what? I didn't let it stop me. I didn't let it stop me. If I had to work out at home, I worked out at home. If I had to pick those odd hours, I picked those odd hours. But you know what I never ever said? Never ever. See, because when someone starts saying, "Jeff, you can't do this," or "you can't do that," or "there's no way that you can do this," or "just give up," or "quit," or whatever they want to tell me, all that ever did to me is motivate me to work harder. And I can tell you, I know a lot of people, unfortunately, that hear those words, that quit. If you're one of those guys that felt like quitting, let me be that example for you. Let me be the guy that tells you, don't quit. Push harder every single day. There's no magic. It ain't going to happen overnight. This guy in his TRT therapy, I can tell you one thing he's doing. He's wasting a hell of a lot of money, because if he wanted to, he could have gotten a lot farther, spending a lot less with the ATHLEAN-X program every month than he could have with all his wasted money on his TRT therapy. And I can tell you right now, anybody that says, "I eat clean," that's the first sign that they don't. That's the worst term you're going to use if you're trying to make a self-defense for your reasons of not being as lean as you should be. The clean eaters are usually the worst eaters. But I can tell you this, guys. I live a rigid lifestyle. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I've never done an illegal drug in my entire life. I've never used steroids. I'm a pretty boring guy. I like to have frozen yogurt every single night. I actually do, with whipped cream on top. But you know what I do the rest of the time? I work my ass off. I follow a very strict nutrition plan. And by that I mean I eat healthy, guys. I eat healthy all the time. I enjoy healthy foods. And I feel like my body, as I said, I get one body in this life. And I treat it with as much respect as I can. And I try to fuel it as if it's a machine. Because I told you guys in previous videos, I don't want to be average. Average guys don't mind being average. Average guys will do the things that average guys do. I never wanted to be average, so I don't do what the average guy does. Now, does that mean that you can't drink and have a physique like mine? Absolutely you can. I see guys do it all the time. I used to see it every day in Major League Baseball. Guys could drink and they could still have great bodies. They make their balance, they do their own balancing act. Maybe they don't care about frozen yogurt or ice cream and they have their alcohol once or twice a week, but they do it and they balance off the rest, and they train just as hard in the gym and they work their asses off every other aspect of their life. You can do that. You can find your areas that you want to sort of stray off course a little bit, and then of course have the discipline to get back on it. But guys like this that want to make you believe that you can't achieve something, the guys that never achieve something, they're the ones that tell you you can't do it. Because you know why? The guys that do achieve something, They know it's possible. I know it's possible and what's possible, and every time I put a video up here on this channel for you guys to follow, is because I know that if you follow the advice I'm giving you, you will see results from what I'm telling you. And we have so many guys out there that have relied on the advice on this channel alone and have changed their physiques. Just the advice here. We have a lot more people who've decided to take up my advice on a day-by-day training program, nutrition program, using the ATHLEAN-X program, who've gotten phenomenal results by doing that. They've stayed dedicated. They've made it a commitment to a lifestyle. And that's what's necessary. But don't listen to these jackasses. Guys that want to tell you it's not possible because they themselves haven't seen the results. No, they haven't tried hard enough. They haven't tried hard enough. They've given up. Those are the guys, though, that are going to be telling you all the things that you heard in the beginning of this video. You can't, you won't, you'll never. No, you know what? He'll never see the results he wants to because he's a quitter. Don't be a quitter. Don't give up. Don't be a quitter. Don't rely on the excuses. Get the job done. I'm telling you guys, you can do it. You got to start looking at that as motivation and then letting everything else fall in place. And as I said, as a guy who's never used a damn thing in his entire life, like I said, I've lived probably the most boring life of anybody out there watching. It just goes to show you how inspiring it can be to know that you can reach those levels that people will feel that way about you, and you've done it through nothing but blood, sweat, and tears and hard work. And I'm here to preach the same exact thing to you guys, because as I always say, I would never recommend anything to you guys that I don't do, use, or implement myself in my everyday training in life. So hopefully, guys, this video, another one of those kind of peek behind the scenes videos, will be inspiring to you. It will get you off your ass if you're the type that wants to sit around and lament what's not happening. And if you are the guy who never listened to these guys anyway, it's further proof that you're just wasting your time and you're better off listening to only one person and answering to only one person, and that's yourself. Alright guys, if you found this video helpful, make sure you leave a comment, thumbs up below, whatever it is that gets you fired up or inspired, leave that below too. I'd love to read them. Alright guys, I'll be back here again in just a couple days.